welcome to this video of my Range Rover Evoque. So this car's currently for sale. It's 2017. It is the HSE Dynamic Lux. It's not the Lux pack, it's the Dynamic Lux. So what that means is that obviously by it being on the logbook as a Dynamic Lux, it comes standard with a few extras that you wouldn't get on a normal Dynamic. For example, the panoramic roof comes as standard with the curtain blind that comes across. It comes with the 360 cameras, so you've got two cameras under each mirror, one at the front, one at the back. And what that does is it gives you an aerial view of the vehicle, so when you're parking in a parking space, you get you could watch a video on how you would park a little bit easier. If you're a bit nervous at parking. A couple other extras that I can't think of off the top of my head, but basically I do have an advert on Auto Trader, which I will post a link in the description so that you can view the official advert. As I say, 2017, it's in the Fuji white with the black contrasting roof. We'll take it for a quick drive and I'll sort of go through how it feels. There's nothing wrong with the vehicle, the car is absolutely perfect and ready to go, barring it does need the MOT doing on it. It did run out in September, but there literally is an MOT station like 5 doors up. And I know this will pass, but naturally I do understand that people are going to be a little bit concerned about that, but I can assure you it passed with flying colours last year, and then after 3 months of it passing, I just didn't bother insuring it. But yeah, so I have a company vehicle for work, so I don't need the car anymore. Plus we do have a second car in the household, which I'm fully insured on. So the poor car's just gathering dust, and it's such a nice vehicle. It's such a shame it's just been sat in my garage, but it's just been sat here for months and months on end, and I just need somebody to come and buy it off me. So yeah, let's have a look a little bit closer into it and see what we think. So there you have it, Range Rover Evoque. Sorry if it looks a bit messy, it has been sat in the garage for a few months just gathering dust. I could do with a quick clean, but to be honest it's not been out in a while. But fired up straight away, no problem. Quite impressed. Thought I might have had to jump it or something, but no, started up. It did tell me it had a low battery, but it just said to start the engine. Just telling me there that keys in my pocket. So yeah, I have 2 keys for the vehicle. 2 Range Rover keys. Both working. Yeah, Fuji white, black alloy wheels. Can explain really. So it's got the black roof and the glass panoramic roof. It's got a look under there so you can see. Yeah, black leather seats. It's just got a proper look inside. There's no tears. Obviously this seat's usually the most worn, so there's a bit of crack in there, but nothing really major. Very comfortable, very nice. Multi-function steering wheel. Don't want to get copyrighted, let's turn the radio off. We'll go through the infotainment system in a bit. But overall, a clean motor. Quick look in the back. Tidy. Room there for storage. Got the drinks holder. Fortunately, it's not an autobiography. If it was, it might have had the heated seats at the back, but it's got heated seats at the front, so what can you ask for? So let's see if I can do this right, because I can usually do one side, but then not the other for some reason. Oh, it did it. So you've got, you just wave your foot underneath. You can do it the other side as well. But it won't put it down that way, you've just got to push the button when you want to put it down. Nice and tidy, it's just got its regular get home kit in here. So there's the locking wheel nut. I think that's the fuel thing. If you want to put some, like a jerry can of diesel or something in, you've got to put that in first, otherwise you won't get your funnel in it. I don't know, it's magic. I think that's the something to do with the compressor. If you're filling your tyres up, maybe it's got foam in. I've never used it, but yeah, I think if you want a spare wheel these days, you've got to pay extra for it. Unbelievable. But yeah, you just push that and it goes down. It's locked. Don't really know what else to say. I suppose I could open the bonnet and let you have a listen under there. Just sounds like a typical diesel engine, if I'm honest with you. So everything's topped up. I mean, washer fluid I wouldn't know, to be honest, because I ain't used the car in a while. But the last time I filled up the AdBlue was about 200 mile before I took it off the road. It also had the oil service done again 100 mile, 200 mile or something before I took it off the road, so it's got still fresh oil in it. The filter's brand new and all that lot. Airbox is fine. Like I said, the battery's under there. Been missing there, I don't know why, but I've never had to have that off personally myself. Yeah, I don't know what else to say. Great car, because look at the air filter comes right to the top. So great if you like, if you live somewhere where there's a lot of flooding, which actually where I live, we do get flooding at this time of the year. Unfortunately I've not really had the opportunity to give this car its chance with that. But yeah, there you go. Range Rover Evoque. We'll take it for a drive. We'll have a chat about what's going on and then we'll go through the infotainment inside. Right, let's go for a drive. Car's absolutely full of diesel and ready for the new owner. Range Rover Evoque HSE Dynamic Lux. Can't say it enough, can I? It's like the word of the day for me at the moment. So what's it like to drive? Well, other than the fact that any normal hatchback or saloon vehicle, you're a bit lower down, this is fantastic for looking over everyone. You wouldn't think so, being just the Evoque. It's like the baby of the Range Rovers, isn't it? Victoria Beckham, she was the one that designed the interior. And she did a fine job, to be fair. I mean, she's into fashion, isn't she? So naturally she's going to be the perfect person to actually design the interior of this thing. And what can I say? It's actually really nice. It's sort of soft. It's got this, like, I don't really know what it is. It's not plastic. It's like spongy all around as well. And then you've got like the kind of brushed chrome sort of finish edges. It's all like piano black and stuff like that. Black roof lining. So yeah, really nice interior. I've had the vehicle on for about 5 minutes, just on tick over while I was setting my cameras up. It's flipping boiling in here already. So the heating works really, really well. I'm not going to turn the heated seats on because I don't particularly need them on, but they get hot really fast as well. I mean, naturally you stick them on number 3, which is like the hottest setting, and they just boil you up big time, and then you just, before you know it, you're switching them back off. Even though it's like quite big on the outside, you do feel quite sort of, I don't know, cocooned in here. Thick door cards, you know, very insulated. That's probably why it gets so warm so quick. It gets really hot really quick. It is well insulated. I mean, I always do what they call like the door sound test. It's that old, oh, that's a Volkswagen, that sounds like a Golf. Well, actually I have a Golf for a work vehicle at the moment, and it sounds really tinny, and so when, you know, you shut these doors, it really does like sound really well insulated, and like you're proper stuck in there. It is a nice place to be inside here, and again, looking over everyone while you drive, it's beautiful. It really is nice. As I say, it is very comfortable to drive. Unlike a lot of Range Rovers, they have air suspension, and that they can cause issues with bags going faulty and air, you know, tanks not lifting the vehicle up properly and stuff. With this, you've just got your standard coil springs all around, so it's one less thing to worry about when you come to maintenance on a vehicle like this. All the tyres are all got tons of tread on it. When I bought the vehicle nearly 2 years ago, I think it was the front right tyre, it must have had a slow puncture, so I got that replaced under warranty immediately. And then I ended up getting that tyre done because I think I ended up with a slow puncture again come summertime in 2023, so I had that replaced. But then I just wasn't driving the vehicle. Like I say, I've had a company vehicle for a while now. See, when I bought the vehicle I had a company van, so you know, getting the kids and the missus in the car and all that sort of thing, I couldn't really use the van for that, so that's why I had this. I always wanted one. My mum and dad had one of these when they'd only been out on the market for a couple of years, so I really enjoyed driving theirs so much that I was always like in the mind of getting one. I think what did it for me was even though, yeah, it is a 4x4 of sorts, it is you know, it's a four-wheel drive vehicle, it's got these bubbly arches all around, so you've got like that kind of like wide look. Even though it's jacked up, it's just wide and like chunky, the big wheels. It just does it for me, and that is like, and I've never owned a Land Rover in my life. Down to the point why I'm selling it. They're selling it purely because, I mean, there's two main reasons. One, I've got a company vehicle which I can use for personal use, and not only that, we have a second vehicle in the household. My other half has a car. I'm fully insured on it, so if we wanted to go out in a different car, then we've got that. So what was the point in spending X, Y and Z on insurance for this again, to tax it again, just for it to probably hardly get used? I mentioned before the MOT will be getting done, so I'll get that done for whoever wants it doing. Look, at the end of the day, if it failed the MOT because there was a drop link that was out of a, you know, or we had a bush that needed replacing, I'd pay to get that done. Do you know what I mean? And I'd get a garage to do it. Even though I'm more than capable of doing these jobs myself, I'd get the garage to do it, get it passed for the new owner, and then whoever wants to buy it, they can insure and tax it and drive it away. Or if you wanted, you could have it collected, taken away. If you didn't want me, if you were desperate for it without the MOT, you're more than welcome to have it taken away, and I'm sure we can come to an agreement on price. And there lies it, price. So at the moment, I've got it on Auto Trader for £16,199. I've dropped that dramatically over the year. So I started the vehicle off at like 20-odd thousand pound, because that's what the price guide was for the mileage, the year, and the spec. But the trouble is, and I totally appreciate this, is that you guys are taking a risk buying a car from a private seller. So if you buy from a garage, you're getting warranty and all that sort of thing, and you're probably able to finance it through that company as well. But the thing is, now you can finance a vehicle without going to a garage. It's really easy to do. We're quite fortunate at this day and age. There's a lot of finance companies out there. If your credit's good enough, or if you financed a car in the past, you can finance this car. You can do it. And I only know that because I've got it advertised on Auto Trader, and it says you can finance it on there. And I followed the link, and if you're eligible, you can get the finance for this vehicle. They'll finance it. So don't worry about not getting the money, because the finance company will finance the vehicle and they'll forward me the cash, and I do what I want with it. So if that's putting you off about how to buy the car because you don't think you've got enough, just think about that option. Again, yeah, obviously I can't offer warranty. I'm not a company. I am a private seller, but I really am an honest private seller. I live out in Thirsk, out in the middle of nowhere. The car's been garaged, dry stored. It's sat there. I start it up every couple of months just to make sure it fires up. I drive it in and out. Sometimes I do what I'm doing now, just take it for a tilt around these private roads. So I often just take it for a tilt, just make sure everything's all right, check the tyre pressures, just check the oils, no, there's not been any leaks. The oil's full, there's no warnings. The car's just ready to go. And literally, you could come, you could view the car. I mean, I understand if someone's coming from like down south somewhere and they go, well, I want to come and view it, but if you've not got any MOT, just ring me up and speak to me. Because if you start showing genuine interest, and I've got nothing to hide, and if you were thinking the only reason you probably would come and not buy the vehicle is because you found something wrong with it, you won't be going away because you found something wrong with it, because there's no wrong with the vehicle. It starts and it drives and off you go. So if you wanted to make an arrangement with it and you said, look, I am genuinely serious about buying the vehicle, then we could make an arrangement. I'll get the car booked in for the MOT. I'll put it in. What's an MOT now? 40, 50 quid? I'll put it in for its MOT, and then I can come back to you and say, right, okay, come, get on the train, bring your money, do what you're going to do, because the car's ready to go. All you got to do is insure and tax it, and off you go. So that's the situation we are with that. If anybody's got any doubts because they're worried about buying from a private seller, I totally understand. But this is the only car I've actually bought from a garage in my life. Every other car I've ever bought, personally for me, I've bought second hand, I bought from a private seller. Just talk to the sellers. Obviously, if you go and you're getting bad vibes, don't buy it. And yeah, again, if you come and you don't like me, then walk away. I am not going to pressure you to buy the vehicle. I've actually had people ring me to come buy the vehicle. They've come to view it, but then they've rang me and said, I'm really sorry, I've got my reasons, I can't come and view the car, or I can't come. Because it has happened, it genuinely has happened. I've not pressured anybody to come back and look at it. I've said, well look, it's here, just ring me if you want to come. But yeah, so let's strike a deal. Come and have a look and see what you think of the vehicle. It's got everything on it that it should have, and it all works. I tell you what, I forgot to mention the back camera. The back camera stopped working. Just bought a new camera. I wasn't bothered. I just went and bought a new camera. I thought, well, at the end of the day, I don't want someone to come and view my car and then for me to say to them, oh, the rear camera doesn't work, I'm using it right now. I don't want someone to come, yeah, for me to say, oh yeah, the only thing that don't work on it is the rear camera. The rear camera don't work, but you know, it's only £100 to buy, and oh, you take it to a garage and they rip you off. That's not what I'm about. Like, I had the camera replaced at the back and it works absolutely fine. So everything works on the car like it should. The music system in here is so thumpy. If you've got a bassy track on here, it really does rattle your bones. It's really crisp. It's a Meridian sound system. If you don't know what Meridian is, go and search it up. They're really good. They're in all the Land Rovers. The naturally being Land Rover like they are, especially nowadays. It is quality sound system. Really, really happy with it. It's also the 10.2 inch, I think I'm saying that right, screen on the front. This is the Land Rover 2 litre Ingenium engine. Very reliable. Timing chain, so there's no timing belt that needs doing. I think at something ridiculous like 130,000 miles, when it has its major service done, it would have a timing, like a chain check, like a tension check or something like that. Correct me if I'm wrong. I'm sure someone will put it in the comments and say I'm just talking out my backside. I'm just going off when I've done research, and that is what I was told. And then it's something like every 10 years or something, so it's whichever comes first, which would be 2027 or 130,000 miles. Well, this is at 73,565 mile. This is a great model. It took me a while to find it, if I'm honest with you, because I definitely wanted HSE dynamic LUX, I wanted white, and I knew I wanted from a 66 plate onwards for that infotainment system. They were like my three things that I wanted. The only other thing, if I could have picked, that I would have liked to have had on this vehicle, it's the wheels. There is another set of 20-inch wheels that come pretty standard on these vehicles, and they're a little bit of a different shape. They're kind of sharper. These kind of like the more even, and they kind of look like a horseshoe as they go around. The ones I like are like the ones where they're a bit more diamond shaped, with like a triple spoke, so it's like a spoke, and a spoke in one, and then there's like 5. So they are nicer wheels, but I find that when I see a lot of those, they're in like a matte black. But like I say, the wheels was the only thing that I might have changed a little bit, but they've been fantastic. Right, let's get to the entertainment of a bit more and looking up. Speaking of entertainment, we know that this is working because my missus keeps ringing me on it and I keep having to stop, so I'm just going to speak to her. But this is just my screensaver because I've got a white Range Rover. I've got the even though that's a silver Range Rover on there with a silver roof. Actually, that's got the wheels on that I like. That's just a screensaver. You can put different screensavers on. They're usually just the ones that are built in. I'm not aware that you can upload new ones, but I could be wrong. I've just never really gone too deep into that. So let's try a few different things. One, let's just pop it in reverse so you can see that the rear camera is working. So we've got that. I'm just going to take it back out of reverse. The camera would eventually normally go off if I put it into drive. There you go. And then we've got loads of different cameras on here. So so there you go. There's your 360 camera. If I were to open this door over here, because the camera's under that mirror, you will lose that camera just there, you see. So it is just something that it's same if you open the boot. If I push for the boot now, because there is a button for the boot under here, I click that, we've lost that rear camera now. The only thing is I'm now going to have to get out to shut that, because I'm not aware that, yeah, that just releases it. So let's just close that. But once that closes, you get the cameras back. So there you go, we've got all the cameras. Then we can go to lots of different cameras. Now I don't have a trailer and I don't have a tow bar, so that doesn't particularly do anything. I've never really known it to do out. Then you can switch the cameras off if you want. Oh no, I think that's, sorry, that's the beep. So if you're reversing, it will stop sounding. But yeah, you click on camera and then you can physically look at any individual camera. So I can then turn that off and you can just have the front camera on if you want. Once you drive for so long, the cameras will go off so that you don't get distracted. And then I go back to cameras again, you can have up to 2 cameras on all at once. So I can have the one by the front wheel, which is, again, it's underneath the mirror. If you wanted to see both sides, you can do that and it'll turn one off, sorry, and then turn another one on. And then you can have 2 showing. And again, you can have your reverse if you want. So you can just knock that off and that on, and then vice versa. There you go. So there's your cameras. Now, there is actually, there is another camera. And there you go. Yeah, so when you're looking at that front camera view, it must be like a fisheye and it splits it into 2. So you're now looking a lot more to the left over here and a lot more to the right over there. So I find that quite, I've never really had to use it, but it's there. Anyway, let's nip back to home and let's go through everything that's on the menu. So you can have something on the first menu, but I like it nice and plain. I just don't need anything on the front. So we nip over to here and we've got media. So let's just nip in there and we'll see what's going on. So we've got the radio, which is DAB radio naturally. If we go into the center console, I like to keep my USB plugged in. Turn it the right way, Rich. Let's pop that in there, and then all you have to do is you can nip in and go into source and look at all the different things. So you can play your music from your phone. So I go Rich's phone. This is what's playing from my phone now. It works absolutely fine, it's great. So we've got my phone that's connected via Bluetooth. You've got the radio. Media library, let's have a look. That might be something. Yes, there's nothing there. So let's just go back to source and then let's go USB. And there you go. Music playing from a USB stick. So if you just wanted to keep music in here, you can do. It's all there. Right, I'm going to knock that off. You can go to your seats. And you can either turn them on via here, or you can do it via the switches here as well. So I can turn them down, and as I'm turning them down, look, it's going off on the button. So I don't want them on because they're a bit hot. All the climate, all this works really well. It's really simple. There's no hidden gimmicks, there's no touch screen or anything. Everything's buttons. Obviously you got your gator there. Here you can select all the different terrains. What else have we got? So we've got my phone, we don't need to look at that. We've now got the sat nav. It's in the night mode, I guess, at the moment. I just never use it, to be honest, because I just don't use sat nav. I just don't need to. But I have used it. I have genuinely used it. I just don't use it. That's all I'm saying. So let's go to the next menu. We've got eco data. I can't lie, I don't really know what that is. You've got the cameras that we've already been in. The seats are the heated seats. Valet mode, all that does is you click in it, you put in a password, and it literally, whoever's using the vehicle, so if I've used it before when I've gone to the airport, I've put it in valet mode, so they can't get in the boot, they can't mess around with the entertainment system without doing, you know, like going in and putting the password in. So that keeps that safe. The in control app is talking about your phones, it's just connecting, that's connections. The live one, I was skipping that because you've got to like log in and stuff, and I don't have any login details. I guess you could go in and log in as you can go into update and stuff like that. System up to date, it's saying. Last updated basically when the car was, you know, was bought. Voice, I've never used. Bluetooth, we've got my phone connected. Vehicle dimensions, I'll go into that in a second. Ambient lighting, so you can change all the colour of the lighting. I've got mine, I've got like this purple colour in all these areas down here and on my feet. So I quite like that, but you can go in there and you can change all the different colours. You can have yellow if you want, so you've got yellow. I've got mine set to the highest brightness, but I don't think it's overly bright. It's quite subtle, if I'm honest with you. So we'll go there, let's come back out of there. 4x4, that then just goes back, we're talking about all the things that you've got down here. That's great. I really do love a compass. I genuinely love a compass. That's just saying that the diff is unlocked. If you were to drive off and while you're driving, you can click that and it'll lock the diff. And then vehicle dimensions just literally gives you the vehicle dimensions. I don't even know why you'd need something like that. There we have it, really. Nothing else to say other than if you're genuinely interested, just give me a call, have a chat with me, tell me anything that you're concerned about if you have any. I just want to sell the vehicle. The poor thing is sat here just gathering dust, and it deserves to go to a good home, someone who's going to love it as much as I did and get the best out of the vehicle. And you will not be disappointed, you really won't. So please come and buy my beautiful, well-loved, well-maintained Range Rover Evoque HSE Dynamic Lux in the Fuji white. Thanks for watching the video anyway, and good luck if you are looking for one of these vehicles and you come and buy this one, because I'll be happy as well. Take care. Bye now.